Welcome back to Bruce Hen's Garage. Today is called Whack Stuff with a Hammer Until It Comes Out. These are freeze plugs. If you remember when everything started coming in here, we got new freeze plugs. What freeze plugs are is, well, they make more sense if I explain them in marine applications, because you have a water jacket around each of the cylinders and 50-50 mix of coolant and water flows through them, or whatever you're using. In the event that whatever's in here freezes, super cold temperature, accidents happen, you will pop these little plugs out instead of breaking the block. It's cheaper to replace these than it is to repair the block. So, but we need to take these out and put clean ones in. And the way you get them out is like this. I had to just make sure Tony was making sure I did it correctly, and then I wasn't going to break anything. In fact, you do hammer them in, and get a screwdriver, get under the lip there of it, start hammering it in, and then it'll pivot. And now I can get a pliers and just yoink them out. And yoink! There's one. Wow. There's a lot of gunk on the inside. There's like mud on the inside of these.
Working for you?
Yeah, there's like mud on the inside of them.
Glad we popped them out.
Oh, gooey.
Need to stop leak probably, something like that.
Sea foam.
The whole forest in there.
I had a girl who was into this once.
I bet. If that's what you pulled out, you might want to go somewhere else, buddy. You were sticking it in the wrong one. That's what was happening.
I apologize to all the Sheets fans that I'm going over to Wawa today, but there's a Wawa right by Cabela's. That's my lunch. This is a camshaft bearing removal tool, and that's one of the blessings to be able to work in a place like, or be able to do the work in a place like Bruce Hen's, where they have every conceivable tool you need. A big piece of metal that's made to do one thing: remove camshaft bearings, which two of them have been removed here, and then there's more in there. So how do you get in there and pop these things out? If I didn't have this, you'd be there with a screwdriver forever. The way this works is it slides in, and then once it gets to the bearing, the rubber bit slides through the bearing, and then you turn the tool, and you have to hold the nut at the end of it. Who said you can either put a wrench on it, or where's the big screwdriver? Oh, there it is. Or just brace it against the side of the cylinder and turn it, and then the rubber bit expands to make itself snug, so it's centered in there. And then the outer edge of that metal ring is pressed all along the outside of the bearing. And then, with a few whacks, make it small again by turning counterclockwise. And there's your bearing. And then you just keep doing it. Make it small, turn it to the right, make it large, hammer, make it small again. Pull it back up. There we go. And one last one to go. I already got the freeze plug out on the outside. Now, I don't don't have expanded all the way. I just got to remember to hold this thing steady. Where'd it go? Where did it go? I heard it come out. Where did it fall to? Not in there. Not in there. There it is. There. All the camshaft bearings are out. And we're not going to put the new ones in because, let's be honest, this whole block, is there anything left to the block now? There are these alignment pins. There's this sensor which does something. That is going to go in here, the parts cleaner, and then other things are going to happen. At the time of this recording, I'm still trying to find a fuel pump. Mechanical, electric, mechanical, electric. And then an alternator bracket. I'm still trying to find those. Because it was easier when I was just working on the fit. And when you just needed a part, you went on Rock Auto and it was like, here's your part. How much do you want to spend? And they're all kind of the same versions of each other. But here, where everything's sort of general use or universal parts, now you get into all the Chinese knockoffs, and I'm not sure which one is real. So, what alternator bracket do I need? I mean, the alternator goes on the passenger side. There's some there that say passenger side, but then you go on Amazon and find out they only have one review and it's a -1. It's like none of the bolts fit. And then there's other ones that are more expensive, but the picture of them is the exact same thing. So when it comes to buying these weird universal car parts, I turn into someone's dad asking for family tech support. Well, how do I know that this is the right thing to do? So that's where I am with that right now. But at least I'm in the right kind of place to ask those type of questions.